The Girl with the Red Scarf. In a small village nestled between misty hills lived a girl named Aisha. She was known for her quiet strength and the red scarf she wore every day, a gift from her mother before she passed away. Aisha had suffered much in her 18 years. Her father, broken by grief, fell into alcoholism and left her to care for her younger brother. Every morning before sunrise, she worked in the fields. By night, she stitched clothes under candlelight to earn extra money. Her eyes held stories too heavy for her age. One rainy afternoon, a stranger came to the village. His name was Arif. He was an architecture student from the city working on a restoration project. Their paths crossed when Aisha helped him carry his scattered blueprints after a sudden windstorm. Grateful for her help, Arif began visiting her family, slowly becoming a part of their small world. He noticed her intelligence, her hidden talent in drawing, and her deep love for her brother. What struck him most was how she never complained about the poverty, the pain, or the loneliness. As weeks passed, Arif brought her books, encouraged her to sketch, and taught her how to dream again. For the first time, Aisha laughed without guilt. She began to draw plans for homes, for schools, for a future she had never dared to imagine. But when Arif confessed his love, Aisha stepped back. "You come from a world of light," she whispered, "and I live in the shadows. You will leave." "Everyone does," he replied. "Then I will stay in the shadows with you, until you believe you deserve the light." True to his word, Arif stayed. He helped Aisha's brother get into a good school and convinced Aisha to apply for an architecture scholarship. She hesitated, but with Arif's belief burning in her heart, she applied and got in. Years later, Aisha stood on a university stage receiving her degree. In the crowd, Arif waved proudly, still holding her red scarf, the one she had given him the night she left the village. Her suffering had not vanished, but she had transformed it into strength. And in Arif she found not just a lover, but a partner who stood by her, believed in her, and taught her that even the most broken hearts can rebuild dreams. Aisha's life in the city was nothing like the village. The tall buildings, the noise, the rush, everything was overwhelming. She struggled at first. Her classmates came from privileged backgrounds. They discussed travel, art galleries, and global architects. Aisha often sat quietly, feeling worlds apart. But she remembered Arif's words, "You belong here. You just don't know it yet." Late at night, she would sketch in her tiny hostel room. Her designs were different, not cold steel and glass, but homes that breathed. She drew courtyards filled with children, shaded rooms for old women to rest, and warm kitchens where families gathered. Her pain gave her insight. Her struggles became her vision. Back in the village, Arif kept his promise. He helped renovate the school, started a literacy program, and visited Aisha's brother every weekend. Letters flowed between him and Aisha, real letters filled with dreams, jokes, fears, and love. Years passed. Aisha became a top student. In her final year, she was chosen to present at a national design conference. When she stepped onto the stage, wearing a modern version of her red scarf, she saw Arif in the front row, tears in his eyes. "I designed a community space," she told the audience, "for villages like mine where dreams are buried under poverty. This isn't just a design, it's a map to hope." The room fell silent before erupting in applause. After the event, Arif took her hand. "You did it, Aisha." "No," she whispered, eyes glistening. "We did it." Part 3, Homecoming. They returned to the village together, not as dreamers but as builders. Aisha designed homes, schools, and safe spaces for women. She taught young girls that suffering was not the end of the story. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills, Arif stood with her under the banyan tree where they first met. He knelt, holding the same red scarf she had once given him. "You gave me this when you thought you had nothing else to give," he said. "But you gave me everything. Will you marry me, Aisha?" Tears rolled down her cheeks. "Only if you promise never to stop believing in broken things." "I don't," he smiled. "I believe in mending them with love." They were married in the village, under open skies, surrounded by the very people whose lives they had touched. And as the wind danced with the red scarf around her shoulders, Aisha knew this was not just a love story. It was a victory, of a suffering girl who had risen, loved, and built a world where no girl would be left behind.